Good afternoon. Welcome to second year zoology class. We are in the topic reproductive system. In the reproductive system, two LAQs are important. Already we discussed about the male reproductive system. Last class only we discussed. Next, second LAQ is the female reproductive system. Now we are going to discuss about the human female reproductive system. Here the primary organs in the female reproductive system, mainly the primary organs are ovaries are present. They are present in the lower abdominal cavity. Means before that the male reproductive system, the tests are present outside of the abdominal cavity. Here in the female reproductive system, which one is the primary sex organs? Means one pair of ovaries. Where it is present means ovaries are present in the lower abdominal cavity. Inside of the abdominal cavity only, the lower side, these are present, and these are the primary organs. They are producing the ova, and they are also producing the number of steroid hormones. Along with the ovaries, number of structures are present in the female reproductive system. What are they? We are going to discuss. The first one is the one pair of this only. One pair of ovaries are present. One pair of ovaries are present. They are present in the lower abdominal cavity. Next, second is called as the fallopian. One pair of fallopian tubes are present. Next, the two fallopian. The next part is called as the single uterus is present. Next, uterus. After that, vagina and vulva. These main parts are present in the female reproductive system. We are going to discuss one by one. Already, the first, which are the primary organs, means the ovaries. They are how it is. First, we are going to discuss about the ovaries. They are the oval in shape, and they are white or grayish in color, and they are present in the lower abdominal cavity. Either side of the lower abdominal cavity, they are present. Lower abdominal, they are located in the lower abdominal cavity. And what about this? This is attached to the abdominal wall. Here it is attached to the abdominal wall by the meso-ovarium. Meso-ovarium. This is the meso-ovarium is a double-walled peritoneum. Double-walled peritoneum. Double-walled folded peritoneum. Here, next is it is attached to the meso-ovarium, and the ovary is mainly covered by the outside. It is having the mainly the ovary is divisible into three regions. The outer region is called as a germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Outside, the ovary is covered by the membrane that we call as the germinal epithelium. Next, it is lined by the capsule that is called as the tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea. Next, the main part, the inside of the ovary, the third part that is called as a stroma is also present. Here, the main, this is the stroma is the main for the ovary. What it is means the stroma is having the mainly the two portions are present. Outer is called as a cortex portion or cortex region, and inner is called as a medulla region. Here, the stroma is divisible into two portions. Outer portion is called as a cortex. Inner portion is called as a medulla. What about the cortex means inside of the cortex number of developed ova are present here. Here inside of that the ova is producing different is produced, and also number of follicles are present. The developing follicles are present inside of the cortex region, and in the medulla region mainly the blood vessels are present. Blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and nerve fibers are present. Nerve fibers are present. This is about the ovary. Next, the stroma part is having the two portions are present, outer cortex and inner is the medulla. The cortex region is having the primary, secondary, tertiary and Graafian follicles are present. These follicles are producing the ova that we call as a ovulation. Along with the ova, they are producing the number of steroid hormones are present. What are the female hormones means the estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is mainly produced by this ovary only. Like this, they are producing this. Medulla is having the just they are supplying of the blood and the lymph vessels, and also nerve fibers are supplied to the stroma part. Here, this one is about the ovaries. They attached with the abdominal cavity by they attached with the meso-ovarium, the double-walled peritoneum. Double-walled peritoneum is present that attach the abdominal. This is about the ovaries. The ovaries diagram is also there. Afterwards, we can see that one. Next one is called as a fallopian tubes. One pair of fallopian tubes are present either side of the uterus, and what it is means it is present in the where the uterus, between the uterus and the ovaries, they are periphery. They are started with the periphery of the ovary and ends with the uterus. Here between them, this is present. This is having the fallopian tubes are having the three parts are present. The near the ovary that we call as a infundibulum, funnel-like infundibulum is present. And second part is called as the ampulla. Widen ampulla is present, and the next part is called as isthmus. Mainly the fallopian tube, they are arise means they are present in the periphery of the. They started with the periphery of the ovary and extended up to the uterus, and it is having the three parts are present. First part is called the infundibulum. This is the funnel-like structure. I will draw the diagram afterwards. This is the funnel-like structure. This funnel-like structure is having the finger-like structures are present. These finger-like structures we call as a fimbriae. Fimbriae means this is the first part. Means the near the ovary. This is the first part of the fallopian tube. It is a funnel-like, and it is having the finger-like structures are present. These finger-like structures we call as a fimbriae. These fimbriae are mainly collecting the ova. Here, after the ovulation from the ovaries, the ova is released. That is collected by the fimbriae and given to the next part is called as a ampulla part. Here, this one is about the infundibulum. Next, the infundibulum open to the widened part. This is the widened part. Widened part is present. This is mainly collecting the ova. The collecting ova is present in the infundibulum that enter into the ampulla. Ampulla opens into the next part that we call as the isthmus. Isthmus is the last part of the fallopian tube. It opens into the uterus. Here, this one is about the fallopian tube. Next part is called as a uterus. First, I will explain these the headings. Afterwards, I will draw the diagram. With the diagram, I will explain clearly afterwards. Here, first, the introduction I am giving about these headings. The uterus, it is the pear-shaped structure. Where it is located means in the abdominal cavity only, lower abdominal cavity only, between the urinary bladder between the urinary bladder and rectum. This the uterus, it is also muscular, highly muscular and vascular. This one is the highly muscular and vascular. What is the muscular means? They are made up of is the muscles. That's why we call it as a muscular, and also they are supplied with the number of blood vessels. That's why we call it as a vascular here. And also it is covered by the uterus. Uterus is attached to the abdominal wall by the mesometrium. Attached to by mesometrium. And it is covered, but it is a muscular. These are made up of with the it is made up of with the muscles, and also number of blood vessels are present. That's why we call it vascular. And it is covered by the uterus is covered by the three membranes are there. Three muscular layers are present. The outer layer is called as a perimetrium. Middle is called as a myometrium. Inner is called as a endometrium. The uterus is muscular and it is covered by the three membranes. Outer is called as a perimetrium, outer layer. Middle, this is the thicker one. They are called as a myometrium, and the inner is made up of with the endometrium. This is about the uterus, and the inside of the uterus, the uterine wall. What about the inner endometrium means? The inner endometrium undergoes the number of cyclical changes. Cyclical changes are occur. These cyclical changes we call as a menstrual cycle. This is about the uterus. Here, next is the vagina. It is a fibrous muscular tube. Fibrous muscular tube. It is present between cervix and vaginal orifice. Vaginal opening is called as a orifice. It is extended from the means present means extended from the cervix to vaginal orifice. The vagina is present. It is a fibrous muscular tube. It is made up of with the non-keratinized squamous epithelium. Non-keratinized is made up of with the non-keratinized squamous epithelium. This is about the vagina. Next part is called as a vulva or external genitalia. Here it is having the number of structures are present. Mons, pubis. This is the fatty structure, and also labia minor, labia major, vestibule, clitoris, and hymen. These structures are present in the external genitalia. Mons pubis means the fatty structure in the pubic bones are surrounded by the fatty tissue that we call as a mons pubis. And the next one is called as a lip-like structures are present. They are called as a the labia minor. Inner side it is present. Labia major. Outer side it is present. Labia minor. Both the sides of the labia minors are attached and form it as a the clitoris. The inner side, the opening, the both sides of the minors, they are joining. That place, the one erectile structure is present that we call as a clitoris. Clear? Next is the labia major. Outer side, the lip-like structure is called as a labia major. Next, the center is called as a vestibule. This vestibule is having the two openings are present. Two openings are present. Upper is called as a upper one is called as a urethral. External urethral, external urethral orifice. Opening is called as the orifice. Next is the lower is called as a lower vaginal orifice. Lower vaginal orifice. What about this lower vaginal orifice? Means this whole lower vaginal orifice is partially covered by the membrane. One membrane, that membrane is called as a hymen. Last part that we call as a hymen. Lower vaginal orifice. These two are the apertures are present in the openings are present in the vestibule. Upper aperture is called as a external urethral orifice. The lower one is called as a that is present in the urethra, external urethral orifice of urethra. Next, lower one is called as a lower vaginal orifice of vagina. Here, this is partially this orifice is the partially covered by the membrane. That membrane we call as a hymen. Here, this one is about the external genitalia. One more thing, the clitoris. What about the clitoris? It is a erectile structure. Means they are stimulated. Means this is same like a homologous to the penis. In the male reproductive system, the function is occur by the penis. That function is occur. That's why it is the homologous to penis. And also it is also having the clitoris and penis. Both of them are having the corpora cavernosa. The muscle, the soft tissue is present that we call as a corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa. Yesterday only in the male reproductive system we discussed penis is having the two types of longitudinal muscles are present. The dorsal is called as a corpora cavernosa. One pair of the corpora cavernosa is present. Down is called as a corpus spongiosum is present. But in the female reproductive system, clitoris is the homologous to the penis. It is also having the corpora cavernosa soft tissue. Here, this one is about the uvula. Next is the accessory glands. Accessory glands of female reproductive system. First one is the Bartholin glands. Second, skinny glands. Third one is the mammary glands. What about the Bartholin glands? These are called as a greater vestibular. Simply we call as a Bartholin glands are called as a greater vestibular glands. Greater vestibular glands. Here, next, what about this one means? Their lubrication mainly they are lubricating. They are producing the lubrication. That lubrication mainly the lubricate the vagina. Here, it is useful for the lubrication of vagina. And also say it is same like the homologous to the bulbourethral glands. Bulbourethral glands of male reproductive system. Bulbourethral glands of male reproductive system. They are same like a homologous, and this one is about the Bartholin glands. And the next is the second type of glands. Where it is located? Bartholin glands are located the anterior vagina. Above the vagina, Bartholin glands are present. Next, the posterior. This is present. Bartholin glands are present in the anterior, posterior to the vagina. Kidney glands are present in the anterior of vagina. They are also secreting the fluid. Here, they are also producing the secretory fluid while the stimulation is there. They are stimulating time only. They are stimulating time only. Inside of the vagina, some fluid is produced. That is by the skinny glands. What is normally it is believed like it is the antimicrobial fluid. Here, next one is called as a last one, mammary glands. They are the one pair of glands are present. These are also called as a breast. These are one pair of mammary glands are present. They are also called as a breast. These are mainly ejection of the milk, the formation of the milk and ejection of milk. These glands are mainly helpful. Mainly inside of the mammary glands, the structures are present. They are called as a alveoli is present. Sac-like structures are present. They are called as a alveoli. These alveoli mainly synthesize and secreting the milk. These alveoli are opens into the mammary tubules. Here inside of the mammary gland means mainly here the mammary glands are having the two types of components are present. They are called as a glandular tissue is present. Having the glandular tissue inside of that the glandular tissue is present and also some amount of fat also. The fat is also present inside of the mammary glands and they are inside of the glandular tissue. These structures are present. First alveoli is present. The alveoli is opens into the next mammary tubules. Here they are opens into the inside of the alveoli. Milk is synthesized and they are secreted to the, they are given to the mammary tubules. Mammary tubules are opens into the ductules that we call as a mammary ductules. Or mammary ducts are present. These mammary ducts are opens into the wide ampulla, mammary ampulla. Mammary ampulla, funnel-like structure. This mammary ampulla lastly opens into the lactiferous tubules that opens out here that we call as a lactiferous tubule. Mammary glands are one pair of mammary glands are present. They are also called as a breast, and inside of that, two types of tissues are present. They are called as a the glandular tissue is present, and some amount of fat also present. And inside of the mammary glands, main structures are present. They are called as the alveoli. Inside of the alveoli, the milk is synthesized and also secreted. That is enter inside of the tubules that we call as a mammary tubules. All the mammary tubules all are joined and form it as a some number of ducts are formed. All the ducts are combined into the ampulla part, widen ampulla part. This ampulla opens into the lactiferous tubule. Lastly, that opens out by the lactiferous tubule. This is about the female reproductive system. Now I'll draw the diagram, and with the diagram I will explain detailing. Just you observe the diagram. This is the important diagram. It's not visible. That's why I'm taking another one more color. This one is uterine fundus. This one is the ovary. This one is the fimbriae. Infundibulum. Next, ampulla. Next, last part is called as a isthmus. Uterine cavity. Uterus is covered by the three membranes. Outer is called as a perimetrium. Myometrium. Middle one is called as a myometrium. Next, inner is called endometrium. Cervix. One is vagina. Cervical canal. This is about the female reproductive system. With the diagram, I will explain one more time. See this one. Here which parts are present in the female reproductive system. The one pair of ovaries are present. See this one. These are the one pair of ovaries. They are white or grayish in color. They are present in the lower abdominal cavity. They are attached with the abdominal cavity by the double fold peritoneum. So, okay, I will change the ovary. Ovary is not visible. That's why I am changing this color. It's actually grayish or white in color, but it is not perfectly visible. That's why I'm taking another color. See, one pair of ovaries are present. They are present in the lower abdominal cavity, and they are attached to the abdominal cavity by the meso-ovarium. And also inside of that, mainly the three parts are present. The outer side of the ovary, I will draw the diagram of the ovary also, TS of the ovary I will draw afterwards. Just the ovary inside is having the three layers are present. The outer one is called as a germinal epithelium, middle one is called as a tunica albuginea, the total inner is called as a stroma. This stroma is again divided into two parts, cortex and the medulla part. Next, this one is about the ovaries. Next is the second is the one pair of fallopian tubes are present. They are started from the periphery of the ovary and ends with the uterus. And inside of that, the number of parts are present. Up to here, this one is called as the infundibulum. This is a funnel-like structure. It is having the finger-like structure. Ending is having the finger-like structure. They are called as the fimbriae. They are collecting the ova after the ovulation. Here, next part, they are opens into the infundibulum, opens into the widened structure that is called as a ampulla. Ampulla opens into the last part, isthmus. The fallopian tube is mainly helpful for the fertilization and the conduct the ovum to the uterus. Next, this is about the fallopian tube. Next is the largest part, that is the uterus is present. This uterus is the pear-shaped structure, and it is upper side is having the uterine fundus is present, and the uterus is the muscular. Uterus is the muscular and vascular. Means they are made up of with the muscles, and also the blood circulation is more is present. That's why we call it as a vascular, and it is covered by the three layers are present. Outer is called as a perimetrium, middle is called as a myometrium, inner is called as a endometrium. Endometrium is undergoes the cyclical changes. Cyclical changes are occur. That is called as the menstrual cycle. This is about the uterus. Next, the uterus opens into the vagina by the narrow tube that we call as the means uterus and the vagina, both of them are connected by the narrow tube that we call as a cervix. Next part is called as a vagina. It is a fibrous muscular tissue, and vagina also having the number of blood vessels are present. That's why we call it the vagina is also vascular, and it is made up of with the non-keratinized squamous epithelium. Next, the cervix center is having the cervical canal is present. Cervical canal and the vagina, both of them are combinedly called as a birth canal. Here, this one is about the structure of the female reproductive system, and surrounding of the vagina, two types of glands are present. The anterior side, it is the skinny glands are present. The posterior side, the mainly Bartholin glands are present. Both of them are almost, they are useful for the lubrication, and the one is for the skinny gland is the stimulation time. They are secreting the mucus that is helpful for the helpful as a antibacterial and antifungal, and also the Bartholin glands. It is the same homologous to the bulbourethral glands. They are every time they are lubricate the vagina. Here, next the mammary glands also we discuss. Mammary glands are producing the milk, and how it is producing. We discuss the alveoli is present. The alveoli enter into the mammary tubules. Mammary tubules are opens into the mammary ducts that commonly opens into the mammary ampulla. Mammary ampulla opens out by the lactiferous duct. Here, next the ovary. For sometimes the SAQs, the TS of ovary will ask that diagram also. We try to draw this one. See. TS of ovary. This is covered by the, already we discussed, covered by the germinal epithelium. Same like a testis also covered, but inside of the testis, seminiferous tubules also surrounded by the germinal epithelium. This ovary also surrounded by the germinal epithelium. They are helpful for the producing of the germ cells. Means here in the female reproductive system, the germ cells means the ova. Here, this is about the germinal epithelium. The inner side, they are having that we call as a tunica albuginea, and the next layer is called as a tunica albuginea is present. This is made up of with the dense connective tissue. Tunica albuginea is made up of with the dense connective tissue, and inside of that, the number of the follicles are present. The primary or secondary or tertiary follicles are present, and in the stroma is having the number of the two spaces are present. They are called as the cortex and the medulla. These are the developing follicles, and now so in the medullary region, the mainly the blood vessels and the lymphatic vessels also present inside of the medulla. Here the ovulation is occur. Next, after the ovulation, they are formed as the corpus luteum is formed. This one is the germinal epithelium. Next is the corpus albicans, and also this region is called as a cortex. There is called as here it is the medulla. Medulla is containing the blood vessels and the lymphatic vessels and nerves. Here it is having the blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and here it is the mainly the follicles, developed follicles are present. The first starting the follicles we call as undeveloped follicles we call as primary follicles. Primary follicles. Next, they are developed as primary follicles, developed as secondary follicles. Secondary follicles form it as tertiary follicles. Tertiary follicles. Lastly, the tertiary follicles, inside of that, the fully developed the follicle is present, that we call it as Graafian follicle. When the graphical follicle is formed, that is the wall of the follicle will be ruptured, and this one is the ova is released out. That we call as a ovulation. After the ovulation, the cell mass of the follicle is formed as a yellowish structure. That yellowish mass is formed. That we call as a corpus. Right, it is corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. And what is the use of this corpus luteum means they are helpful for the releasing of the progesterone and progesterone hormone. Female reproductive system mainly having the two types of hormones. One is the estrogen hormone. Another one is called as a progesterone hormone that is produced by the corpus luteum. After the follicle releasing of the after the ovulation, ova is released, the cell mass is formed as a yellowish substance that we call as a corpus luteum. This corpus luteum is producing the progesterone hormone. This progesterone hormone is a secondary hormone. Progesterone hormone. This is a secondary hormone. It is mainly maintain the pregnancy. Means after that after the fertilization of the ova, they enter inside of the uterus and attaching purpose. The progesterone, total pregnancy is maintained by the progesterone hormone. If the ova is not get fertilized, this corpus luteum is disintegrate and form it as a scar-like structure that we call as a corpus albicans. This is about the structure of ovary. Anyways, the time is there. I will explain about the first lesson, digestive system. The one SAQ I will explain. I'm going to explain the SAQ, digestive system. First lesson, digestive system. The three SAQs are important. One is the LS of tooth. Second one is called as the protein digestion. Third one is the functions of liver. Now I am going to explain about the protein digestion. Very, very important one. Protein digestion in stomach. In the stomach only the proteins are digested, remaining the carbohydrates and the fats are not at all digested inside of the stomach. Inside of the stomach, hydrochloric acid is produced, and inside of the stomach, inactive enzymes are there. The main enzymes are the prorenin and pepsinogen. Prorenin, and the second is called as a pepsinogen. These two are the inactive enzymes. Inactive enzymes. They are activated by other substances. That's why we call it the inactive enzymes. These inactive enzymes, when the HCl inside in the presence of hydrochloric acid, they can activate. Here, that's why the two inactive enzymes are present inside of the stomach. When the HCl hydrochloric acid is producing inside of the stomach, then they are converted into active. Inactive is converted into active. They are called as a prorenin is converted into renin, and the pepsinogen is converted into pepsin. What is the use of renin means the milk protein. The milk is having the casein protein is present. This casein protein is digested by the renin in the presence of the calcium ions. Renin and the calcium ions, they are formed as a calcium para-caseinate. Calcium para-caseinate. Further, the calcium para-caseinate digested by the pepsin. Here, calcium para-caseinate digested by pepsin into peptones. Next, last, normal other than the milk protein, some proteins, other proteins also present. That proteins in the presence of the pepsin converted into peptones and proteases. Peptones and proteases. For this question, you write these equations. Easily you can get 3 marks. For the matter, only 1 mark. Seeing the equation easily, you can write the matter also. If you understood these equations, you can write the matter also. This one is a very, very important question in the first lesson. Here. Tomorrow, I will continue with this lesson SAQs, and also I'll take the other LAQs also. We will meet same time tomorrow.